What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shakes M2 coming to you guys with a video right now. So I want to go over the linebacker position for the Philadelphia Eagles. There's going to be a huge open competition, guys. There's no doubt about it. Okay, you decided to sign a underrated free agent in Eric Wilson that was pretty much a nobody, a guy that was from the bottom and came right to the top on that Vikings defense with a couple major injuries to that linebacker core. It made all the calls and had 122 tackles and 3 sacks. Okay, Alex Singleton, another guy last year that just rose as an underrated gem that just came up and played really well. Tackling machine, great blitzer, tough, gritty, you name it, he's got it, okay? You know, guys like Davion Taylor, guys like Sean Bradley that really didn't have a chance. Thank you to Jim Schwartz for that, okay? Obviously not having the perfect offseason, but never really gave him a chance. And Davion Taylor's your 3rd round pick, and you did nothing with him. You started him like week 10, and he played horrible. And I can't even blame him for playing that horrible. But then you move Genard Avery back to linebacker where he belongs. Okay, we traded for Genard Avery in the 2019 trade deadline. We trade a 4th round pick for Genard Avery from the Browns. Originally was an outside linebacker. And now, you know, the Eagles are going to put him back at that position. They switched him to defensive end. It didn't really work. So I guess they're going to switch him back to linebacker, his original position. And to be honest with you, Genard Avery, the guy could cover. He's good. He's a good balanced, a very good balanced linebacker. But Eric Wilson, I think, is the best coverage linebacker we have. And then you have Sean Bradley, that, you know, from Temple, you know, got good leadership qualities, could make the calls, you know, never really got a chance either. So I think as well as our wide receiver core, this linebacker core hasn't really hit the surface of what it could really do, guys. Really, I think that there's so much more to this linebacker core that we haven't even hit yet. Okay, when it comes to coverage, guys, I think that that's what Jonathan Gannon wants to do with this defense. He wants to put these linebackers in coverage, but not just that, but he's actually going to blitz linebackers this year. Jim Schwartz barely blitzes, period. To win football games in the NFL, you got to blitz your linebackers. You have to. You can't win games. You can't rely on your pass rush, especially this pass rush we have. You know, I'm hoping for some more production from this defensive line, especially from our 2 defensive tackles that are making a lot of money. Derek Barnett at defensive end, making $10 million. Never extend him, never did anything with his contract, which I don't know why he's making $10 million. And Josh Sweat, that he doesn't look like a rotational defensive end. He looks like an actual guy. The more times he's in the game, the more reps he's taking consecutively, the better he's playing. So I think of Josh Sweat more than a rotational guy. But to go back to these linebackers, guys, you know, we have to figure this position out. We haven't touched this position. I think this linebacker group is changing over time. You know, Eric Wilson could be that top guy in this defense, especially at the linebacker position. But I want to see what Sean Bradley, Genard Avery, Davion Taylor, and Alex Singleton. And the one thing about Alex Singleton I could say is that, you know, we find these gems. Every time we have bad seasons, okay, we always find those gems. Travis Fulgham on offense, Quez Watt. We always find those gems when we have these bad seasons because we put these veterans like Nate Gary in this linebacker core that was messing up every single game. This is the guy that ran the wrong way on a play, guys. This is the guy that actually ran the wrong direction, okay? And Jim Schwartz defended this guy every single week. So not to say thank you to injury, but Nathan Gary ended up having a little bit of an injury that kept him out the rest of the year and gave some other guys some chances. Alex Singleton took it by the horns, and yeah, he did a really phenomenal job. So I made that video about Eric Wilson back in March 21st, and Eric Wilson just was one of the most underrated signings for what he could do. A $3.25 million contract for the year. And it's really just a prove-it deal to show what he could do on his own. And I think with better players around him, Eric Wilson is going to shine. Okay, he shined when it was a depleted linebacker core for the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, and Davion Taylor, I'm really hoping to see progression, but I think for Sean Bradley and Davion Taylor, it's going to be really hard. I think it's an uphill battle for both of those guys. I think Genard Avery, Eric Wilson, or Alex Singleton are the top 3 linebackers on this team right now. but Davion Taylor and Sean Bradley need to step it up. And it's really not their fault, guys, because they really didn't have any chances. You know what I mean? Didn't have any chances whatsoever. So I know from you guys, who do you think our starting linebackers are? Who are your top 3 linebackers in this rotation, or just as starters in general? It's going to be really tough, guys. But if they add another linebacker to this group, then it's going to make it even better. Guys, the more competition we have with positions, the better we're going to come out to be. And Jonathan Gannon is going to take care of this defense. We're going to blitz. We're going to actually play safeties in the box. We're going to do a lot of things here. And we're going to, we have to blitz. We have to use what we have, guys. I think Jannard Avery moving back to linebacker was a perfect move. Because I think naturally he just plays better in that position and he can cover. Okay, so I want to know what you guys think about the linebacker position and just in general. Do you think they're going to add to it during the draft? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm very excited for it. This linebacker room is changing by the year, and I'm glad it's changed dramatically this year. Definitely moving those 2 guys and then having Davion Taylor, Sean Bradley kind of just fight for their jobs is going to be good competition in the end. Alex Singleton is going to try to prepare himself to maintain that starting position while others are trying to take it. That's what I want, competition at the end of the day. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later. Sticks going up, follow. So peace out, guys. Peace.